Hello, everybody, wherever you watch me from. Thank you for tuning in and listen to me. We are right here, we are right live here. And this is Prophet Aaron speaking. Listen, I want to talk to you about something. You've been wondering why your marriage is not going on well. You've been wondering why things are not happening in your life. Listen to me. This is the time that you need to hear this, because there are spirits that are associated with this. As a human being, as someone who is a Christian, as someone who is born of God, who is born of the power in the spirit, you need to understand that you fight forces. You fight certain forces. Listen, I'm going to mention one of them, okay? People have been wondering, what is a mermaid spirit, or what is a mami water spirit, and what they do and all of that. Listen. These spirits are spirits that were there before creation. And I'm going to prove it to you in Genesis chapter 1 verse 28, and also in Genesis chapter 1. Because in chapter 1 verse 1, it says, in the beginning God created the heaven and earth. And before the beginning, listen, there is a beginning of the creation, and there is before the beginning, and there is the end of creation. The end hasn't yet come yet. So that means as God was living before creation, there was something that happened before. And listen, there was one thing, then there's only one thing that God never created. That was water. Water was one of the elements that God never created. It was something that God existed with it for a long time, even before creation. So when you read from the creation of the Bible says that the Spirit of the Lord hovered over the waters. It didn't say He created waters. God never created waters. That's why water is a very essential feature in our lives. So ask yourself, as water was there, then that means there were creatures in the water. Ask yourself, why did God hover on top of the waters before creation? There was something in there in the water that God was preventing, so that it cannot hinder His plan and His purpose for creation. So definitely, as I'm speaking to you right now, what I want you to understand and know, that we are fighting something that was there before creation. That is the queen of the cause, the fish of the sea. Let's go to Genesis chapter 1 verse 28. It says, God blessed them and said to them, be fruitful and increase in number, fill the earth and subdue it, rule over the fish in the sea. Rule over the fish. Why was it specific of saying rule over the fish in the sea? Because listen, God even separated the waters. When He separated the waters, when you read back in the same chapter, but when you read from 13 downwards, it says when God was creating the earth, He had to hover on top of the waters. He separated the waters from the waters. So that means waters was separated from the waters. It was up in the heavens and down on the earth. So listen, a mermaid spirit is something that never respects authority. They don't respect authority. That is why you can deliver a mermaid spirit, or someone who's possessed by a marine spirit, and the next day you find it there again. They are very hideous. They are stubborn. They are crafty. They don't listen. They don't believe in authority, because they believe they were there before beginning, so they know every mystery, or they know they feel they are the firstborns. But Jesus Christ came to correct that. That is why it's important for you to know the kind of level you are in the spirit, because when you are aware of this is where now you have power over them. Are you getting me? So now I want you to know one thing also, that the mermaid spirit, they believe in fertility. Okay, that is why before God made that commandment, listen to what God said. He said, God blessed them and said, be fruitful and increase in number, fill the earth and subdue it. That's increase. He said, rule over the fish in the sea. That means if a mermaid spirit is let me tell you one of their features. Listen, the next name that they have is what? Dagon. And as I read from here, as I was doing the research, he said Dagon, as spelled in some historical writings, was originally a Babylonian fertility god who evolved in a major Northwest Semitic god, reportedly of fish. and of fishing as a symbol of multiplying. I'm going to post it right on the screen so that you can see. They believe in multiplication. That is why God, when he was giving the commandment of multiplication, he said, rule over the fish of the sea. Who is that? That's the MERMAID spirit. So according to all the things that you can see, that is why the marine spirit, they don't love Christians to prosper. That is one of their gospel under the sea. They don't love you to prosper because they believe they are the ones that bring prosperity. That's why the only trap that they can get you into their kingdom is to promise you prosperity. Prosper, to promise you prosperity, to promise you everything that any man can get to prosper. And that is how they get your soul. So you wonder, you ask yourself, why are Christians not prospering, but people who sell themselves or who sell their souls to the mermaids or to the marine world, they get so rich in such a short lesson? They know the mysteries of the wealth. They know the mystery because they've been there before the beginning. So you ask yourself, how can I fight something before the beginning, or someone who has been there before me? You need knowledge. You need to understand one thing. If you can't gather up information about someone you're attacking, then know that you've already lost the battle. Trust me on that. So the word dragon is believed to have what? Fertility. And it's reportedly what? A fish. It's a symbol of a fish. It was worshipped by the early Amorites, founders of the city of Babylon. So the Amorites were the ones that got to get knowledge about this, and they were using it against the children of Israel. That is why they multiplied greatly around the children of Israel, and they were so much scared because they thought they would overpower them, because they were very fertile. Do you understand this? So some people, they go to sangomas, they go to witch doctors and all that for answers. And let me tell you, these people don't have power. They connect to the things below the earth or below the sea. For a witch doctor to give you fertility, he needs to consult this spirit. That is why this spirit, they want to possess you. You ask yourself, why my things are not going on well? Check very well. Check very well. Marine spirits. Marine spirits. They don't respect authority. So as a believer without authority, how can you defeat this? How can you defeat this? The only way you can defeat this is to carry the power of God in your hands. Make reference to the blood of the Lamb, because they've been placed below the name of the name Jesus. When you make this an utterance every day, I'm telling you, something great is going to happen in your life, and you're going to have power over the fish of the sea, because it's a commandment given to us. He said you must be fruitful, multiply. That means your multiplication must be even much more greater than that of the fish of the sea. Who is the fish of the sea? This is the marine spirit we are talking about. Beware of this. Have knowledge about this. Move with this. And I'm telling you, prosperity is just close to where you're going. When you have something in your mind, or when you are aware of it, that is how it manifests. I'm going to catch you up again in the next episode. God bless you so much, and be loved in Jesus' name.